Hi, I'm Martin.
And I'm Harry.
And we're Escaping the Empty Nest. Welcome back. Here's a flight report comparing Comfort Plus to regular economy on the Delta A220. This is a topic that's really important to me because I'm 6'8", and for years avoided flying entirely because I was just so miserable in economy, but I couldn't afford first class. Thanks to levels like Delta's Comfort Plus and Main Cabin Extra from American Airlines, people with long legs now have options. We'll talk about our overall impressions of the A220 and also tell you if it's really worth making a point to book it for your next flight.
So if you're like me, you're wondering, what is the A220? It's a medium-range airplane built in two different lengths. The A220-100 has 109 seats, and the much longer A220-300 has 140. Basically, they're the same plane, so these observations will apply to both. First of all, the main thing that got us interested in flying the A220 was the 2-3 seat layout in Comfort Plus and Economy. That's a brilliant setup, allowing people to choose their row partner, assuming you're traveling with at least one other person.
I wish there were more planes that offer the two-person row, but it seems like most of the planes I've seen with that configuration are either the tiny commuter planes or the large jumbo jets like the Airbus 330. We live 20 minutes away from DFW airports, but we're rapidly becoming fans of Delta for offering both the Airbus A220 and the A330, neither of which American Airlines offers. That's a shame because the available flights from DFW from American completely dwarfs the number offered by Delta.
The seats are over 18.5 inches wide, which is over an inch wider than any other economy seat that I'm aware of. And when you can lift the center armrest to give yourself even more room, it really does feel like a cut above a normal coach seat. Something I've never seen before are movable headrests.
Well, that doesn't help me much because I'm so tall that my head is above the headrest either way, but I can imagine most people would really appreciate that little touch. Unlike so many Boeing planes that I've been on, this one had a very generous seatbelt length. No need to ask the flight attendant for an extension, even if you're like me and you sit on an extra pillow for a little extra padding on long flights. Could you tell me your perspective of the A220 from the perspective of a flight attendant? What do you think about this plane?
We love it. It's easy to board.
Yeah.
And it's
Our boarding door is now closed.
it's just easy.
You may continue to use mobile devices when they're set to airplane mode. Further regulation, please use a cell network street flight. Please advise to make voice or video call is not
I
allowed.
love
Wider aisles.
Oh,
We're not ready to
wider-
go, so please
wider
take your seats,
seats
fasten your seatbelts, and
for
share.
us. So here's what I'm sure you want to know. What about the legroom? I am very pleased to say that my Comfort Plus seat had amazing legroom, easily the most I've ever had. We flew all the way to Hawaii on a 777 using American Airlines Main Cabin Extra, and this was even more comfortable. But part of that might have been the extra seat width. If you are big, tall, or big and tall, Comfort Plus on an A220 is a match made in heaven. On our way back from New York, we flew in regular economy just because I wanted to try the coach seats on an A220 before I spent any more money than we already had. There was certainly more leg room in coach than a 737 or even an A321, but once again the wider seat made everything more comfortable. My knees still rubbed the back of the chair in front of me, but it was bearable for a 4-hour flight. Any longer and I would have splurged for Comfort Plus.
A couple more things about the A220. Delta is committed to in-flight entertainment, and it shows. The touchscreens are very reliable and responsive on the A220, with a great list of movies and entertainment to choose from. If you're like me, you like following the flight plan on your trip, and Delta's interface is one of the best I've seen. One perk of sitting in Comfort Plus is you get a sealed bag with a decent set of earbuds, a more than acceptable option if you forget to bring your own. Unfortunately, that's a perk they don't offer regular economy seats.
And of course, I can't finish a video about the A220 without talking about the loo with a view. The bathrooms are much roomier than normal airline bathrooms, and the one in the back on the left has a nice large window. I'm not going to say it's an important feature, but is it cool? Heck yeah!
Here's a couple more quick tips about the A220. If you're tall and you want maximum legroom, here's some interesting options. If you get Comfort Plus on row 10, seat C, you actually have part of the aisle directly in front of you because that's where the cabin changes from a 2-2 configuration to a 2-3. You might have to move your legs for the cart service, but most of the time it should give you more leg room.
In the exit rows, there are seats without a seat in front of them at all, similar to the Airbus A321 that most of us are more familiar with. Great leg room, but remember these seats do not recline, and I can deal with a lack of leg room on a long flight easier than I can deal with a lack of recline.
So whether you clicked on this video because you were interested in the A220, Comfort Plus, or just because you're really tall and trying to find a solution to the difficulties you have with traveling, we hope this video has helped.
Please consider leaving us a like and a comment if you got something out of this. Thanks for watching, and
Bye for now.